Hey guys, it's Fonzie from DipYourCar.com. You know, ever since we launched that dark charcoal spray can color exclusively available at Dip Your Car, we've been getting a ton of requests for the dark charcoal gray in gallon form. Now we are going to release the dark charcoal gray in gallons. However, it's really easy to create that dark charcoal gray using gunmetal gray gallons and the black tint from the Dip Your Car Tint Kit. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you the mixing process on how exactly to achieve a dark charcoal gray using those two items. Then we're going to take Brad's S4, which is currently matte camo green, and we're going to do a dark charcoal over the matte camo green and finish it with Glossifier. So we'll end up with a gloss dark charcoal gray on the S4. I'll show you the mixing process, the spraying process, and the end result. Fonzie from Dip Your Car, enjoy the video. Now these are the materials that we're going to use for the project. Now first and foremost, what we have is 2 gallons of Rubber Dip S in gunmetal gray. The reason we only have 2 gallons is because we're only focusing on a color change here. The car's already dipped. It already has 2 colors on it, 7, 8, 9 coats, so we don't have to worry about durability. We just have to worry about getting color coverage so we can create the color change and not see the color underneath it. 2 gallons of Rubber Dip S is going to be enough for us to get our 2 or 3 coats on there necessary to do the color change. If it was a fresh car without any dip on it, we'd probably be looking at 3.5 or 4 gallons to do the whole job. After the Rubber Dip S, we have a Dip Your Car Tint Kit here. A Dip Your Car Tint Kit is 5 Plasti Dip tints in whatever colors you choose on the website. And when DipYourCar.com, you can do whatever colors you want, mix and match. I have 5 black tints here so that we can pull the gunmetal gray deeper into a charcoal gray. I'd be very surprised if we use all 5 tints, probably looking at 2 or 3, but we'll see what happens as we mix. Next we have a 5-gallon bucket, and this is going to be just so we can dump all of our dip and tint it at once. Obviously we want both gallons to be the same shade of charcoal gray, so we'll dump both in there and we'll blend it up and mix our tint as we go. Now the next piece is very, very critical. This is a mixing wand. This just fits into any household drill, and what you use it for is to blend the Rubber Dip S. Now, this product has a lot of tint in it. It's a heavily tinted product, and tint settles to the bottom over time. And what you don't want to do is take Rubber Dip S and just shake it up like the old days and you're ready to go. You really want to blend the product so you can disperse the tint, and you're going to get really, really good results with that. Now, if you have a Dip Your Car Pro Car Kit or one of the 3500s from Dip Your Car, then you already own this. This comes in the box with every Pro Car Kit and every 3500 from Dip Your Car. And like I said, we're going to hook it right up into a regular drill, put it at the bottom of the gallon, and you'll see we blend them before we use them. You get much better results. Other than that, some mixing sticks so that you can test the gallons as you go. And what we're going to do now is set the bucket up and everything, and I'll show you the blending technique and adding the tints so we can pull this gunmetal over to a charcoal gray. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is pop the top on the first gunmetal gallon. And I've got that mixing wand put into our drill here. And what we're going to do is just slowly and carefully blend that first gunmetal gallon. We're going to pull all that tint up from the bottom and make sure it's mixed well, and that's going right into the 5-gallon bucket. And then we're going to do the same thing with the next gallon. Blending it with this little wand here makes a huge difference over just trying to shake it. Okay, we've got our gunmetal gray. I'm going to show you guys the value or the tone of our original gunmetal gray, which is this lighter gray. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to start with just one tint at a time, because these tints do make a big difference. We're going to add in one tint and then blend it and see where we've gone. All right, made a little bit of a difference. We're definitely going to go into 2 and 3 tints now. All right, now that second one made a big difference. So I guess 2 tints into 2 gallons is going to pull that color pretty far away from that gunmetal. Let's see what kind of a difference we have. That was definitely considerably darker. Now what we want to do here is we definitely want to make it darker than the gunmetal, but we don't want to go so dark that people are going to think it's black or that it can be confused with black. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this stick dry because it does lighten up a bit when it dries, and I'm going to double check it one more time, but I think this might be the gray we're going with. Okay, now this is actually 2.5 black tints. We added another half of a black tint, and this is what we're ending up with. This here is the charcoal gray, and this is the standard gunmetal gray. So we have a much darker charcoal gray than the gunmetal. We could go a little bit darker, but what we're afraid of is we don't want to go too dark to where it's basically black or looks like black. We want it to be a dark gray. So we're going to stop here at 2.5 tints to the 2 gallons of rubber dip S that we used, and we're going to load it up into the 3500 with the Pro Car Kit, and we're going to go shoot the car. This is our final result using that dark charcoal gray that we custom mixed using the gunmetal gray rubber dip S and the black tints from the Dip Your Car Tint Kit. And this is 2 gallons of gunmetal gray rubber dip S with 2.5 black tints. So kind of use that exponentially. If you're gonna go in higher gallons, you're gonna need more tints, but you can custom mix it to whatever shade of gray that you want. Then we used 2 coats of Glossifier over it to get our gloss finish. Very, very excited. It's got that stealthy look, but it's got kind of an OEM look too because of the gloss finish. So the Pro Car Kit, everything you've seen today, you can get at DipYourCar.com. It's Fonzie from Dip Your Car. We'll let the camera go around. Hope you enjoyed the video.